And we are live
Hot
with
mic.
a little late on the draw there.
Oh man, we
Trying
are.
to sneak that in. You were quiet when you said that.
No, because you
We
guys were
were.
all fucking talking during the intro, which is the worst time to be talking.
It's a cold open, man. Just let it happen.
Welcome to Tal'Dorei World in Chaos. I am your Dungeon Master, Brian Penaloza, and with me are six of my favorite people to play D&D with. Thank you so much if you're joining us for the first time. Thank you so much if you're joining us for the 44th time. We appreciate all of you and love you all dearly. It's been a week since our last episode due to me having to go to Seattle for work and getting to hang out with the ever wonderful Robert, aka Kalasha, human swashbuckler. So I believe what we need to do is go over what happened in that last session, because, whoo boy, what
Oh
a
my
doozy!
gosh.
It's a quick sum up, really, because
Only one thing happened.
yeah, you guys, well, first you dealt with Sylvia's parents in an effort for the Chaos Dragon, Angelique, to kind of throw you off your game before the battle.
Oh yeah,
She
I
just-
did do that, didn't I?
Yeah, she just kind of had Sylvia's undead parents just standing out there waiting to greet you. And it seemed to be effective in a small sense, at least kind of getting into Sylvia and Garen's heads.
Yeah.
But Sylvia did not give in to the temptation of seeing them, even though they were being kind by all intents and purposes. And Siegfried urged the rest of the group to go on so that he could do what must be done and finish off the Bumblefoots once and for all.
They are abomination.
They
Enough.
were they were abomination.
Dad's head's just flopping around.
From there, you guys made your way into the chamber, and you could see that Angelique was doing some sort of ritual that you guys interrupted. And combat ensued, and it was brutal. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Angelique was near god status. She was an ascended Chaos Dragon. And in one breath attack had the potential to wipe you all out. But through clever uses of spells, of raw damage, of healing, you guys managed to expose the Chronos Stone. Unfortunately, in doing this, Reyna and Mitz both fell in battle. And we're talking dead, not not
Thank
unconscious.
you for the clarification.
Well, falling in battle can mean one of two things. However,
Dead.
Sylvia and Siegfried were also downed, and from what the mage had told you, using the time stone to go back in time would have certainly left behind anybody that was not conscious to be able to have their brains comprehend the energy as it was happening. Reyna's death came because she was taunting the dragon, trying to pull it away from the party in a last desperate act of bravery to try to buy enough time for them to do the damage that needed to be done. Mitz was in the middle of the fray the whole time, doing what he could in a valiant effort, despite his age, to wear down the dragon, and so he did. For Kalasha, in literally the last possible action before all of you were killed, somehow managed to jam his fist with the time stone, touch it to the Chronos Stone, and Garen and Kalasha traveled through time 3 years backwards. Well, 3 years and a week backwards, where they found themselves still in Whitestone, still underneath Castle Whitestone, seemingly alone. Tears were shed, breaths were taken, relief and sorrow filled the air before seeing the boots of Sylvia and Siegfried behind some of the furniture allocated in the room, where this once was a meeting hall. Realizing that Sylvia and Siegfried somehow managed to travel through time and that the mage was wrong, and the science wasn't exact at any point, the magic was never exact, and they managed to travel back. Unfortunately, Reyna and Mitz, being true dead, did not make the journey. Before we pick up where that leaves off, I just want to remind everybody that we are sponsored by SoNerdwear.com. It's what the nerds wear. Yeah. We
I'm
all sport it. Can't
I'm horrible.
can confirm.
Critical Role. Critical Role. Maybe you've heard of
You
it.
suck! Get off the screen!
You know what's on the screen? Well, it's not technically on the screen, but my words are on the screen or coming through you to the screen. Is if you use the discount code SoulBear, you get 10% off your order of really cool nerd gear. So make sure to go buy that shiz because it's awesome and super comfy. Like honestly, truly comfortable. You can't see me, but I'm rubbing myself seductively.
Oh, no, don't ever say that.
I
Shame
just
on
Oh,
you.
I like it.
Shame on you.
I mean, we all are.
We like to close our eyes and imagine.
All of us?
You haven't lived until you've heard Brian moan while he eats.
That's true.
Especially if it's kielbasa.
that Yorkshire pudding, man. I'm telling you, Woo. Doggy. Anyway, with that, you guys managed to get Sylvia and Siegfried conscious, and you guys find yourself in the old council room underneath Castle Whitestone, where once the ziggurat was held, or adjacent to where the ziggurat was held. The room is an actual room now. There's furniture strewn about. Quite dusty. Nobody's really used this area for quite some time. Their ceiling is intact, and you see a long hall that curves off into the distance beyond your sight. It is quite dark.
So it's okay.
Now what?
I will pull out the flame tongue dagger. It lights in flame.
They still have dark vision, don't they?
Oh wait, my thing.
I gave them dark vision. Both of them.
You did. Does that stay through unconsciousness though?
Probably
It does
not.
say that it
Doesn't matter. I have one more charge of my mace to cast light.
for the duration.
Okay,
That
then
works.
yeah.
To cast the light.
Well, it's fine. The dark vision's still active.
Okay.
Because it has to say in the spell that, if a creature falls unconscious or whatever. Even so, even with dark vision though, like having the extra light does help you see a lot better than if you're using purely dark vision.
We have to go tell Lady Vexalia about what's happening. And then we
Yes,
need to
now.
heal. And after we heal, we're going to take some time and we're going to grieve.
I am not so sure we have time to do that, but we will do what we can while trying to prevent impending doom.
We'll make time.
I have to go to that temple. Reina would have wanted me to go.
Okay, but we still have
We still have a lot of work to do.
very much so. So I think we must first report what needs to happen, what we have seen.
Oh God, what are we gonna tell her?
We're gonna tell her we're from the future, because that's true.
Oh, about her daughter.
Nothing, because we're 3 years back, so it's the loop thing, and then she's here. Her daughter's probably here and alive. Probably. Because the loop.
We don't know what has happened to her.
No, we
And
do
we
not.
didn't think you were gonna be coming back with us, and here you are. So, we don't know. I hate to say it, but we don't know much.
Yeah, we say nothing then. Don't say nothing about the daughter.
Okay. God, I don't know if I can do that, but I don't have to do the talking, right?
No. No, you don't.
Is
Okay.
there just one door to exit this room?
There's not a door per se. It's just kind of an opening,
Mm-hmm.
and then the beginnings of a tunnel.
Well, shall we?
Go.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Okay. So as you guys traverse through the tunnel, you can see it's roughly hewn out of the white stone itself. You pass through one chamber and another before finally making it to where there is a door. And as you attempt to open the door, you realize that it's locked.
But of course, why would it not be locked?
And of course, I didn't prepare knock because we were going into battle.
Don't worry, I got this.
Uh,
I'm gonna pull out a set of thieves' tools, and I'm going to attempt to pick the lock.
wait,
I cast guidance.
wait. Sylvia, will you look and make sure there's no magic on this door? I just...
Oh, can I activate my Eldritch Sight?
You absolutely can. There's no magic on the door.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Before I start trying to pick it, I'm gonna check for traps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cast guidance.
Uh, 19.
19, it's not trapped.
Word. And then I will attempt to pick the lock.
I cast guidance. Sorry.
Okay, you're really making me break.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you're familiar with locks like this. You've seen 1,000 in your day, and you've picked 1,001, and just... And as it swings open, you hear, "What the hell? Who?
Hey!
And you see two guards as they turn hands on the hilts of their swords.
I will quickly put the flame tongue dagger away, which I was holding in my offhand. We come in peace. We have a very long, complicated story. And it's of utmost importance that we speak to Lady Vexalia immediately.
The lady knows us.
Who are you?
We're from the future.
We are the essence of chaos.
How many of you are there?
Oh, there's only 4 left.
There were 6 of us, but now we're dwindled to 4.
All right, you hold right there. Nigel, you go. Go tell Lady Vexalia the essence of chaos. You say?
Chaos.
Yes.
Yes, we were with Reyna. Reyna St. Clair.
Yeah, tell her that. And the other guard rushes off. And takes him a good 10-15 minutes before the Nigel returns. And
10-15 minutes, you say?
Yes.
Can I do a prayer of healing while we're waiting?
If
Please.
you wish to cast a spell in front of the guard, that is a thing you could do.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I won't.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah.
Sylvia's gonna ask the guard. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a healing potion?
I mean, not on hand. It's not something that really comes up in the castle.
What? Why?
Well,
Well,
you don't every day expect somebody to come through the bleeding door behind you.
That just seems like you're just ill prepared. But it's fine. I'll just keep.
We'll heal in time. We need patience. We need calm.
Yeah. Listen to the pirate-looking guy.
See businessman, but yes.
And at that point, Nigel comes back and whispers something in his ear. All right, the lady says she will see you post-haste in the meeting hall. Please follow me. And he relaxes his grip on his sword and begins leading you through the hall to Lady Vexalia. And
Nigel, do you have a healing potion?
No, I don't got no bloody healing potion. What do you think this is?
It's just hopeful. That's all.
And why, if I had one, why would I be giving it to you? You just come up through our basement.
Yeah, that's exactly why I need one.
Sylvia,
This makes
Patience.
no sense. You say you're from the bleeding future? You say you need a health potion because you've been hiding out in our basement? None of this
Nobody
makes any
said
sense.
hiding.
Well, we'll be the judge of that now, won't we?
actually, Lady Vexalia will be the judge of that. Not
Exactly.
All right.
but her.
It's okay.
And at that point, you guys get to the doorway, and the guards open the doors and let you through. And as you enter the hall, Lady Vexalia is sitting in the large chair at the end of the hall where she normally greets people, and at the side of you, she immediately stands and rushes towards you, eyes frantically searching. I don't understand. Why are there only 4 of you here?
We had some casualties.
Where were you? You've been gone over a year now.
Do you have time for a very long story?
I mean, yeah, I suppose I'd like to know what happened.
It's a long story. We best start from the beginning. Can we have your permission to have our cleric begin to heal us?
Oh yes, of course, Siegfried, by all means.
Prayer of healing.
Ooh.
So you begin the prayer as Kalashaw
That'll be at a
recounts essentially what happened up to the point of Pigoran and the whole deal with Abigail. I'll leave that up to you as to what you say there.
Alright, looks like dead center on that. 21 for everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
We came to a fight which was unwinnable, and we had to make a deal in order to progress with the mission. The deal was that one of us would stay behind with Pigarat. And when we had successfully finished the job and were able to exonerate her and her involvement in the situation, that person would be returned to us. We had a very long discussion amongst our group of who would stay. And in the end, it was your daughter Abigail who pleaded her case that she should be the one to remain behind. So with that, the deal was complete. She stayed with the Green Dragon, and in return, we got another vestige. And I'm gonna point to the mace.
And you see Vexalia, who, as you were telling her about the destruction of Exandria and everything that you had seen up to that point, was already shoulders slumped and silently staring at the ground. But at the mention of Abigail staying behind, she kind of stumbles backwards into her chair and kind of slumps down, her head in her hand.
I do not know what this means as far as the timeline, but until I see otherwise, I presume her to be gone.
Did you kill the bitch?
That's why we're here.
In order to save Exandria and Tal'Dorei as a whole, it required us to rewrite history. We spoke to a very powerful mage, the last living in Amon, and he devised a stone that would send us back 3 years and 1 week if we were able to get close enough. We started the fight knowing that we would not win. Winning was not the objective. Going back in time was. Some people made some very brave decisions. Those decisions cost them their lives, but made sure that we succeeded so that everyone else would have a chance. We lost Mitz, a talented young fighter with a future brighter than all of us. And we lost Reyna St. Clair as well. I've never seen someone with her capabilities openly insult a dragon and take it in one-on-one combat like she did. She knew the outcome when she did it. They both did. And because of them, we barely got here. It was myself and Garen who were fighting and delivered the final blows. Siegfried and Sylvia were unconscious at the time, and by some fucking miracle, transported with us. Until but 20 minutes ago, Garen and I thought we were alone. But here we are. And we are going to start building towards another fight, because a fight is coming. We have to be ready for it. We need to re-equip ourselves, and Kalasha gestures to himself and Garen, who have no magical possessions of any kind. We need to bolster our... We need to bolster our forces. The four of us are probably not going to be enough. And we need to make sure that anyone who wants to fight against whatever she brings is capable and ready. And those that are not are hidden and safe.
We're talking a mass evacuation of an entire continent.
Could be more than the continent.
Okay, let me wrap my brain around this.
Yeah, I know.
We have all lost so much, and there is potentially so much more to lose. I lost not just one, but two daughters. You know, Reyna was a lot like me when I was younger. A lot like me. I saw a bright future ahead for that young one.
I don't know how young she was.
Not in age, but in experience. For what she's seen, there was so much more of the world to see. And I'm saddened that she will not get to see it, and Mitz, the bravest child I've ever known. Their names will be sung throughout the halls of Whitestone and beyond for what they've sacrificed. Not to mention Abigail. I didn't even know she had it in her to be so selfless. Gods know I didn't raise her that way.
Oh, that daughter of yours, ma'am. She is remarkable.
She is. But there'll be a time for that. That time isn't right now. What I can do is we have people here. I don't know who would be willing to fight, but I can garner an audience for the morning, gather them all here, and if anybody's willing to join you, they can. They will be encouraged to. They will be well rewarded to do so, hopefully as an incentive, as if the end of the world isn't incentive enough. But for now, don't take this the wrong way, but you all look beat to shit.
We are.
And it's probably good to get a rest and process everything that's happened as much as you can in one night before the real work starts tomorrow.
Is there a place that we can stay?
Absolutely, you'll be staying in Castle Whitestone and I won't hear a word against it.
Thank you.
I don't believe you will from us.
Very generous. Thank you.
Yes. Do you all require separate rooms, or what's most comfortable for you?
We spend a lot of nights in a hut, so we're fine either way.
I think one big room with multiple beds and would be wonderful.
I'll have one made up for you. In the meantime, we'll set some supper out too. Have you all eaten?
Not for a few years.
Nothing something.
Garen, was that a joke?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had it in you.
The heart. That must be rubbing off on him. You got that one, huh?
Certainly are.
Damn it, Robert!
Well, there should still be some hot food in the kitchen. I'll have it brought to you and have you escorted to the dining room, as I assume you don't know where it is. And we'll have a room made up for you with 4 beds and
Thank you.
get you some rest.
Can you have some parchment and quill and ink delivered to our room?
Absolutely. Is there any other special requests that you require?
Would
Just
also
meat.
meat. Also, some candles would be wonderful.
Candles, parchment to the rooms. Meat to the rooms or meat to the table?
Both.
Both it shall be.
Thank you.
Very grog-like of you.
Have
So-
a dragon. Yeah. It's got to eat.
Fair enough. Okay. Yes, dear.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, gentlemen, will you please escort these fine travelers to a fine meal and make sure that they have a room set up. Make it one of the nice ones. They're going to need some comfort tonight. And you just hear, "As you wish, ma'am." And two guards come to escort you to the dining room. You head down a nice candlelit hallway. It's a little bit dark, but it's almost comfortable, like a comfortable kind of lighting, not too bright, but not so dim that you can't see. And they lead you to a dining room where there's a very large table with about 7 chairs on each side of the table. It's a very large one on each side. And you see the guard disappear into the kitchen, and some servants begin laying out nice silverware and plates and goblets filled with mead and wine, a couple of pitchers of various types of ales, meads, and wines, and then just various meats like roast boar, some vegetables, potatoes, some greens, some salads. Bless you.
Thank you.
Siegfried starts drinking out of one of the pitchers.
We'll leave you to some privacy. I'm sure you have a lot to discuss.
Thank you.
So you guys are left to your own devices for a little bit as they set up your room.
All right.
So, do we only have 7 days to do something?
If stone worked as intended.
Right. I mean,
Oh.
she said we've been gone for a year, so at least we know that part was right. We just don't know exactly how long. We could have a week. We could have 5 minutes. We could have 5 weeks or a month. But we'll assume it's a week.
What do we even do?
I don't think I know right now.
Well, we need more people.
Yeah.
first. Perhaps we also search for other vestige, but I doubt we will retrieve another.
These are decisions that can wait for the morning.
Yes.
We owe it to ourselves to relax and not think about the bloody future for one fucking night.
Yeah.
We lost our friends about an hour ago. And I intend on remembering them tonight, so that when I wake up tomorrow, I can put my feet firmly in the ground and move forward in their honor, so that their sacrifice was not in vain. But I cannot discuss the future without them right now. They died an hour ago.
I believe we should celebrate the fact that we knew them at all. We should not mourn the loss. Of course, it is sad. It is always sad. But to even have friends like that sacrifice themselves, they are not only heroes to us, but heroes to the world. So, I do not intend to mourn. I intend to celebrate.
I don't know. I've never been a sentimental person. That's definitely changed as of late. But I don't know much about your faith. But I'm sure it's comforting at times like this.
I like to think Raven Queen is always comforting.
Huh.
In some way.
It's a nice thought.
Plenty have told me I am foolish for believing in such things. That is okay. A blissful ignorance, if you will.
Yeah. I think I might have said that once.
Maybe we could celebrate how we used to when I was growing up on the ships.
How's that?
Whenever we would lose someone that we cared about greatly, which is not always the case when someone dies aboard a ship,
Fair.
we would get absolutely obliterated. Drunk on as much ale as the boat would hold, and then once drunk, we would sing songs about the fallen. For those who could not sing, they would write on parchment a fond memory or two.
Huh.
And for those that could not write, they had to dance.
Oh.
Luckily, we're all literate, right? So my proposal is that we enjoy tonight with the company of each other. We drink. I will sing. Or maybe I won't. But the important part is that we're together and that we remember them. We celebrate their sacrifice. If you want, we'll have some parchment. We can write down some happy thoughts. Some things that will stay with us forever about them. Things that bonded us. And then, much like we did aboard my ships growing up, we will destroy that parchment in a grand honor. Because those memories are for us, and no one else.
So you're telling me you wrote stuff down just so you could destroy it? That feels like a waste.
For many, it is easier to write than it is to speak. I suspect that you were one of those people, Goran.
I am definitely one of those people.
And if you have feelings that you do not think that you can speak about Reyna Mitz, I would suggest you write them down. We don't have to read it if you don't want. We can if you want us to. But it'll be nice for you
Bless you.
to get it out. And then once it's out, we can set it aflame and bask in the glory.
Cheers.
To Reyna Mitz.
The Renan meets.
Serena and Metz.
But how many times do we think Reina actually got poisoned in her life?
Like, so many
I
times.
feel like she may have been poisoned many times before we ever came along.
I'm surprised she wasn't immune to poison, to be honest.
Plus,
Exactly.
you know, that thing that she did with the dragon there, like
Mm-hmm.
she already did that already, you know? She's,
Yeah, I was not going to have the Raven Queen save her for a second time if she taunted a dragon.
she's really good at taunting dragons, you know?
You get one. So
Sorry.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
She was just so good about getting inside their heads. I couldn't. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So this whole time, Sylvia's just been pushing food around on her plate, and then finally she's just gonna kind of stand up, and you can hear the chair like scoot out as she stands up, and she's gonna say, "I'm not really that hungry. I think I'm gonna call it a night," and then walk out and ask one of the guards to escort her to the room.
Okay. And so they do.
We
Okay.
all grieve in different ways.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
not know.
Bitch got in her head, or at least tried. I don't know. I think Sylvia's stronger than that.
The thing that
Right.
is worrisome is there are multiple voices in her head, not just her own.
Yeah.
How long do we give her before we join her again?
I'll give her some time.
We eat this delicious food. We make sure that there's not a fucking drop of ale in this room left. And then we can go back.
Oh man, that jug. Oh, I'm gonna miss that jug.
We will get you a new jug.
Now we can actually reach them.
Slow down, Siegfried. It's gonna be a
Right.
long night.
We all celebrate in our own ways.
True.
So as you guys are drinking and sharing stories of Reyna and Mitz and your time together, Sylvia, you find yourself in an empty room, a rather large room. There are 4 beds set up somewhat haphazardly, as the room wasn't really intended for 4 beds, but comfortable enough. There's a warm hearth to the far end of the room, and candles throughout to give it a nice light. On a small desk, you find some parchment and some ink and quills, and a platter of meat, and a couple of jugs of water, and some glasses as well.
Okay, so basically Sylvia's feeling extremely conflicted because the whole point of her trading this power was to be able to protect her family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it was obviously for naught. She's going to take the note that she had written prior to the battle
Mm-hmm.
and throw it into the hearth.
Okay.
And then I guess lay in bed and not sleep. She doesn't sleep.
She doesn't have to sleep, but she can sleep if
She's
she
just-
chooses.
Feeling her feels,
Okay.
which is crap feels.
Okay. Kalisha, Garen, and Siegfried, was there anything else you guys wanted to discuss at the table before drunkenly heading back to the room?
Kalishaw will have the parchment and stuff that he had sent to the room rerouted to the where we're eating, and
Okay.
he'll begin to write down several things across 2 different pieces of large parchment.
Okay. Yeah, so they bring you the parchment and the ink. They don't go to the room to retrieve it. They just bring you fresh parchment and ink. They just didn't want to disturb anybody that, might be in the room.
Yep. You guys want to write anything down? Now's the time. Now's the time.
I can still smell his fur.
What's it like not having him chase you all the time anymore?
I thought I would enjoy not having him around. I miss him.
I like that kid. He was brave. And shit. No 10-year-old should ever do shit like that. That's crazy. I like that kid. I did not like him at first, though. Oh.
He certainly came on strong.
It was also a bad time. You know, he showed up with Reyna after dealing with my dead father. Yeah, it was a weird time. Losing Alexio, just so much.
Yeah.
How many people?
Hmm?
How many people do we have to lose?
As many as it takes.
No, I suppose preventing the destruction of the world.
Here's what I have a problem with faith. With gods.
I cannot wait to hear this one.
How do they let this shit happen? How do they let this all happen? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, I suppose it does not. It also does not make sense to me. Then again, not the god.
Yeah. I'm feeling a lot of things. I don't like feeling. I don't like it. Just, I don't know. Just tired. Tired of grieving. I'm tired of fighting all the time.
If we did not fight, who would?
I know. I know. I understand. I get it. I just, I'm in my 30s and I feel like a 7-year-old man right now. Just it's been through so much.
As wheels wear down, as the miles are added to them, so do the body. It is not age, it is experience. It is adventures. It is memories. These are things I would never trade for youth.
I'm all out of things to trade.
Oh, wow. I know you're good with words, but that's a lot of words.
Hey.
All right, you guys have anything to write down on this shit? You not even gonna try it? Because if not, I'm setting fire to it, and you guys can't read it.
Can I set fire to it?
I was gonna use the dagger that she gave me.
I mean, that could be okay, but it would be more fun to shoot it, right? Pew pew. I'm sorry. I don't handle my grief.
All right, you can set Mitz's on fire, but I'm gonna stab the fuck out of hers.
Okay. I think Mitz would have liked that because he did the pew pew too. Pew pew. Man, that kid, so talented. How does a 10-year-old do that shit? God damn.
Kalasha's gonna flip up the flame tongue dagger, let it land on the parchment, and ignite in flame.
Okay. And it does, and as it does, the flame itself, and you can't tell if this is the ale, the grief, or what it is, but the fire itself almost seems to have a sparkly resonance to it, an almost otherworldly resonance to it, and it's only for a brief flicker, but you could swear that you sensed something else about that flame.
Terena St. Clair.
You know, she kept preparing us for this. She kept telling us she was gonna die. She's gonna die. I never fucking believed her.
I did.
I'm gonna miss you, Raina.
The first time she said the words.
Well, we will all die. Hopefully, not tomorrow. Hopefully, not next week. Hopefully, of old age, in bed, surrounded by loved ones.
That's a beautiful thought.
Or,
Beautiful thought.
however, someone may prefer to move on from this world to the next. Perhaps surrounded by lovers. I don't know.
You say that word really funny. Lovers.
I like that it's plural.
Yeah, Siegfried, tell us about your lovers. How many lovers have you had? A lot of lovers.
I'm actually very curious to the answer to this question.
Right. Aren't you dying to know?
Are clerics allowed to get down and dirty?
Some choose not to.
So which boat are you in?
I choose not to. At least that's what I say, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
That it is my choice.
I mean, you know, what's to say? Man. Though I did that for a long time myself. Meeting this character, I never thought, oh boy.
What can I say? I bring it out in people.
Yeah, you do. You never cease to surprise me.
Well, if you get boring, you know, love tries to die. So I try and keep it spicy.
Oh.
Keep you on your toes.
I'm having a hard time with this.
Should have written something down. Talk to us. Let it out, bud.
I'm just tired.
Perhaps we should call it a night.
Maybe. I am.
I really hope they left water in our room.
It's a castle. There's gotta be water places. Can't you create water?
I have to prepare it.
I mean, dude, like. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I wake up every morning and prepare my spells. I say, how can I make sure not everyone dies today?
I mean, yeah, we really appreciate that.
I've always wondered what you're saying under your breath.
Right? Right?
Raven Queen, help me. Don't let anyone die.
But she's the goddess of death. That's so funny. I like that. I like that. It's like,
I can politely ask.
you know, like, and stuff. And, I, whatever happens with, Angelique, if we succeed, we have to, we have to do something for her. We need to fix Sylvia. She needs to get rid of that. She needs to be that Moonweaver thing, person, goddess. It's gonna be my number one focus. You know,
Well, I suppose one step at a time.
everything she's ever done, you know, it's always been about us. And yeah, I'm very protective of her. I thought I lost her. And I think I'm having a still. Anyway. Yeah, let's lay down.
Cuddle pile. I'm down.
Yeah.
I think I will.
You don't want in on this, Siegfried?
No, thank you.
You don't want to have your first experience?
I am okay.
I've handled many first times before.
You don't want to be the big spoon or the little spoon or the middle spoon? Is there a middle spoon?
There can be a middle spoon, buddy.
Oh, okay.
All it takes is 3.
I am quite okay, thank you.
You also be a fork too. They don't tell you about that. That's an advanced technique.
A what? I don't even know how to. Okay.
I'm assuming, by the way, you guys are having this conversation as you're heading to the room.
Where? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you guys get to the room, you just see Sylvia just laying flat on her back on one of the beds, just kind of staring up at the ceiling.
All right, so let's have this wild sex orgy now.
Sylvia's gonna kind of like glare at Kalsha and then turn her back.
Yeah. I just go find the nearest bed and just collapse into it.
Okay.
I'm still in my leather armor. I don't care. I'm just like,
I'm
Alright.
100% taking my my stuff off.
Well, I mean, you're wearing a tank, so.
Yeah.
You just hear like large armor pieces clattering to the stone floor as Siegfried just like drunkenly strips himself of his armor before just into bed.
Are there like silk kimonos around?
There's not really a wardrobe or anything like that in here, unfortunately.
Okay. I wasn't sure how nice of a facility they gave us. So Kalashah will scoot down to his skivvies and then plop in a bed.
Okay.
Disappointed there's not a robe.
I'm like trying to look at. Yeah, I got nothing. Never mind. I
So
got no spells.
as you guys, with the exception of Sylvia, drunkenly drift off into sleep.
Don't
Siegfried.
you do it.
Siegfried.
Oh.
You're sleeping and you feel something tugging at your consciousness, and it feels very like eerily similar to when you had your conversation with the Raven Queen. And as you open your eyes, you see a small cat-like young boy. And it's just a silhouette, but you can make out the features.
The glowing eyes from the helmet.
Yeah, he's still wearing his helmet, so you see like glowing red eyes piercing through the silhouette. And in the back of your head, Siegfried, you hear, "I have given you one chance to say goodbye. Make good use of it, Siegfried."
Ooh. So
Hey,
this-
bud. I'm dead. It's
Oh
okay.
my
there's,
god!
there's a lot of dead people up here with me. You wouldn't believe the amount of butterflies.
I cannot believe I am saying I'm happy to see you.
Man. Well, all I ask is that maybe one day you go back and find my thunder chuck, because I would like you to have it.
That's very sweet of you.
It's payback for more like rent.
You know you left your scent in my armor.
Sorry.
I don't think you're sorry, and
I'm
that's
not.
okay.
Just know that if you ever get a strange tickle on your back, it's probably leftover Mitz bits.
It's very itchy.
Hopefully you go to snow.
I'm sorry I could not do more for you,
You did
but
a
I am
lot.
happy. I am happy
Man,
that
I
we can see
have
each other one more time.
my destiny It was my destiny. And you need to keep everyone alive.
I will do everything within my power and within the power of the Raven Queen.
Stay shiny, and if you ever see Flutters again, tell him I said bye.
I will certainly do that. Goodbye, mates.
Bye! Tell everyone I said bye forever, because I'm super dead.
God damn it.
And you drift back off into unconsciousness. Kalishaw,
Super dude.
you too find something tugging at your consciousness, and this energy feels a little bit different than when you called out to the Raven Queen to help you bring your friends back. This energy feels a little bit more, almost not quite forbidden, but a little shady, but not in a bad way. Almost in a playful way. And as you open your eyes, you see off in the distance silvery strands kind of floating through the air, and you see the silhouette of an elven woman. And every so often a strand of silver will pass by her face, and you catch a glimpse, and it looks like Reyna.
I'll unmute myself first.
Okay.
If I could smell you right now, you would smell like shit.
I only smell like roses. You know this.
Yeah, roses and ale. Okay, let's be real.
It could be worse.
Let's do this a little differently, and why don't you listen for a bit and let me talk?
Oh fuck! I don't know if I can handle that.
Probably not, but I guess you'll just have to deal with it, because don't have much of a choice, do you?
No, I mean, like, if I don't, you can haunt me forever.
I mean, that wasn't my plan, but it might be now.
It's a good plan. I thought of it.
The first thing I want to say, though, was that it was worth it. I don't want you guys to worry about me, or Mitz, or Alexio, or Othello even. Don't worry about us. I'm gonna look out for them. The Moonweaver will look out for them. The Raven Queen will look out for them. I need you to look out for the others. More importantly, I need you to look out for yourself. The Moonweaver, she will keep you shadowed and she will keep you safe to the best of her ability. And I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I saw what you did. It was the right thing to do. I don't want you to say anything but that. I don't want you to think anything but that. It was the right thing to do. No matter what we lost then, no matter what we lose in the future, it doesn't compare to what you can save. This matters, and it all matters. And I'm just gonna ask you to keep the others safe. Enjoy the freedom which life has granted to you, and never take things too seriously. You taught me that in the end. That fucking dragon had us so afraid, but at the end I wasn't afraid. Because I know that you can do this. Also, if you find Abigail, like, can you tell her that I really, really, really would have liked to have a drink with her and then some? That would be great, thank you. And tell her she needs to go home. Because I wish I could have done the same. I wish I could have gone home and seen my family, the family I left behind. But I know that they're gonna return to the Moonweaver in a few centuries, give or take. And until then, I can watch over them from here. Also, other side note, please get Sylvia to Singborn when this is all done and over with. I can't complete that debt myself, so I'm gonna kind of ask you to do that. Take her to the Moonweaver's temple in Singorn. It's the only place I can think of where her presence is going to be strong enough to get rid of that bullshit fucking armor. There's a possibility they might not let you in. But if they don't, I need you to find Ellis Citadel. If he's still around, I mean, I don't know. And tell him that Rainaleer has a favor to ask of him, and that favor is to get you guys inside. Rainaleer Citadel. It's really fucking pretentious, isn't it? That's why I haven't gone by it in over a century. But you got this. And you don't have to tell them, but you can tell the others that I love them. It's fine, because I do. No matter how many years you all aged me, I still love each and every one of you. Give Sylvia a hug for me and tell her that the Moonweaver's waiting. And if you have anything final to say, go ahead and say it now.
So, do you wish you had listened to me when I asked you over and over again if you had a thing for Abigail?
Let's see, listen. I don't know. At this point, it's kind of a moot point at this point. But, you know, I kind of wish I had. I'm kind of glad I didn't. But, I mean, what can you do now?
I mean, I can just be more right. That's pretty much all.
No, you can tell yourself that, but I don't know if that's going to be necessarily true.
I tell myself that every day. I wake up and go, Kalisha, you are right today.
The fact that you call yourself your own last name is just, I'm never going to get over it.
I don't like my
Captain Kalisha.
I don't really like my first name all that much, okay?
You know what, me either. So I ditched it.
Yeah, that's why I go by my last name. It's much cooler.
Yeah, I'm not going by Citadel, then everybody would know who I am. Okay, that's not happening.
Well, that's kind of why you go by your last name, so that everybody knows who you are. You gotta play that up.
We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on this one, okay?
Just like normal.
But no, seriously though, please get Sylvia to the Moonweaver's temple. Like, I'm really worried about her.
Oh yeah, like that, it terrifies me. Sometimes I think that she might just, like, attack in the middle of the night because the armor told her to.
You guys are so dramatic! Sorry.
I had that fear too, but I think I know you guys can do this.
That's partially why I sleep naked. And with that, I love you and I miss you.
Love you and miss you too. Stay light.
And as Raina says that, you drift back to unconsciousness. Sylvia, you kind of had a typically sleepless night, but a troubled sleepless night, as Siegfried, Kalishan, Garen drunkenly passed out. I need Siegfried, Kalishan, Garen to go ahead and roll me Constitution saving throws, please.
Yep.
18.
18?
Woo!
I rolled an 18, which becomes a 21.
Alright.
I rolled a natural 20.
Alright. So, as you guys wake in the morning, the light from the rising sun coming in through a window and warming up your faces, you would expect to feel like total shit with the amount that you guys drank the night before. But something about the release of allowing yourselves to feel the grief and to begin to process everything managed to keep you kind of steady when you wake up, and you're a little bit groggy, but aside from that, no real ill effects from the night before.
There's water in the room, right?
Yeah, there were a couple of pitchers of water in the room.
I'm gonna drink. Siegfried's gonna be drinking some of that.
Okay.
Oh.
Kalisha's gonna wake up and he's gonna jiggle out his arms and appendages, put his clothes back on, and he's gonna go over to Sylvia. I have a message from something that happened in my mind. It might have been real, it might not have been, I don't know. But Raina says that she loves you, she misses you, and that you need to find the fucking Moonweaver quick. Alright?
Son of a bitch, it was real. God.
That's what I said. I said the temple, and then you yelled at me.
I did not yell so much as deliriously cried out of sadness.
Your charisma does not work on me.
Anyway,
Yell.
she would like to hug you. And I'm going to put my arms out for a hug.
Sylvia is going to begrudgingly hug Kalashot, but make it very quick.
There you go.
I'm gonna come up behind Kalashot and put my hand on his shoulder. What you saw was real, for I spoke with Mitz. He would like to tell everyone that he is super dead.
Super
Sylvia
dead.
just breaks out in just tears, like it's just gushing out.
Yeah, that was definitely Mitz.
He wanted to say goodbye to everyone, and including Flutters.
Right.
And he said he wanted me to retrieve his thunderchucks, though I don't know how that would be possible.
I
We'll
mean,
find a way.
You know.
Rainier says she loves you all very much. She misses you. We have to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to win. It's not all meaningless. It matters. Yada, yada, yada. She had a thing for Abigail. She really doesn't.
Why
Right.
do I feel like she didn't admit that she had a thing for Abigail, and you're just adding that in?
No, it definitely came up in our one-on-one conversation.
That
Insight.
part.
I'm gonna
That
roll
part is
insight.
Okay.
believable.
Kalashah, I'm gonna say you can roll either persuasion or deception because you're kind of in the middle there.
I'm also casting guidance on myself. Nat 20.
I mean, I know she loved us, but like, she actually said it for real.
Yeah,
Oh.
she said that she loved us, and she said that she would have liked to go out for a beverage or whatever. But we all know what that means.
Right.
Brian, I rolled a nat 20. How much of this is bullshit?
What he just said is absolutely 100% true.
Okay.
The prior part, it did come up in conversation, but at no point did she admit to having a thing for Abigail.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it was like 75% truth.
That sounds about average.
She told me her real name.
She did what now?
Huh.
She told me her real name.
And you haven't said it yet because...
Well, I kind of figured that, like, I'm now the only person that knows, and before she was the only person that knows, and maybe that's one secret, like,
Even Queen be praised.
could just exist like that for a while.
That's fine. If that makes you feel better, babe.
And then she was pretty adamant that we fix Sylvia and go to the temple. And
Yeah.
she gave me some contacts that might help me get her there.
That's good. They're not going to be super helpful at first.
I doubt at all they will be super helpful.
Well,
What?
elves will surprise you.
All right, so this morning on the agenda we have Tal'Dorei's Got Talent, and then
Door's got talent.
And as you say that, you hear at the door,
who is it?
Oh, pardon me, ma'am. I guess we have the wrong room.
No, you-
Oh, we got a lady in here. What's that mean?
Yeah. I'm
I'm gonna go open the door. Excuse me, did you just knock on this door?
Yes. Oh, you are. Who was that? It didn't sound like. He looks at Sylvia. He's like, didn't sound like her. Is there somebody else?
putting
Did
my
you have a
skill mail
fifth with
back
you?
Well, some
Just
of
my
us have-
dragon.
Yes, the dragon.
Does the
what it
dragon
was.
talk?
No. Yes, I mean yes.
I'm
Only
gonna minor
sometimes.
illusion. I'm gonna minor illusion the same voice that Kalashah used, but coming from Cricket.
Roll deception.
That's a 25.
That is incredible. It's an incredible little dragon that you have there.
Yes, she is phenomenal.
Absolutely. We have everybody assembled in the meeting hall, and we're just waiting for you if you're ready.
Right.
Yes.
This is weird.
Put in my scale, mate. Brushing off what little Mitt's hair is still left inside my scale mail.
As you're doing that, you realize that you could spend the next year doing that and never get it all off. I say this as a cat owner.
Yep.
I know that,
Damn it!
I know this doesn't matter or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate everyone.
That's the base Garen scale, though.
Right.
If you automatically hate them, that means you're actually going to like them in 3 to 5 months of traveling side by side with them.
That is fair. Okay.
If they make you physically ill upon meeting them, that's a different story. And if you like them up front, that's an automatic no.
Right. Fair.
That sounds like a jealousy issue, Kalisha.
No, he's totally right. Yeah.
I don't get jealous.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll insight. Kalish shall roll deception or persuasion, whichever it is.
16.
4.
Hard to read. Not to press for time, but I know you all are pressed for time.
Right. Yeah, we're you'll have to forgive us.
Yeah, we just have 6 days until the world ends. It's fine.
What do you mean 6 days?
What?
Don't worry about it.
7 days.
You mean don't worry about it?
Everything will be revealed in time.
We don't
In
know
6
anything.
bloody days from the sounds of it.
Do you have a family?
Which is why we are having
Yes,
this meeting.
I do have a family. I've got
Can
a
they
little boy.
fight?
No, he's like 12.
The last kid that was with us was 11.
I mean,
Where is he?
Yes! He died saving us.
oh my God, is this really happening right now?
No.
Is this really
Y'all
happening?
gonna get kicked out.
Mitch
And
goes
he
super
had
dead.
all our money.
Yeah, right.
This is the essence of chaos.
Aptly
in all its
named.
glory.
Aptly named.
All its glory. Yeah, we'll be right out. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll tell them you'll be right there. And he turns and like quickly walks away. Like, he doesn't like run away, but he's moving with purpose.
Yeah.
I'm like just always dressed.
Okay, so let's not talk about the 6 days. Let's not give anyone a timeline except for Lady Vex.
Okay.
Like,
So,
and maybe the people we choose to fight with. Like, you know.
what just occurred was us accidentally inciting panic within a member of the population.
Yeah.
This is a lesson that we must learn from. This cannot occur anymore. And actually, I'm going to go stop that guy. And I'm going to rush out the room.
That'd be great.
I honestly did not
Wait, no,
consider
fix it.
the
It's
panic
Sylvia's
that
gonna
would
follow
set in.
after Kalisha.
Okay, so as Kalish and Sylvia dart off after the man, both of you go ahead and roll intelligence checks for me.
Oh.
It's a big castle, and you're not super familiar with the halls.
Fuck.
What was it?
5.
5?
I got a 15.
Okay, a 15. It's a little slow going, as you don't know your way through, and every so often you kind of have to grab Sylvia and turn her around. But you get to the guard too late. He's already in the meeting hall and whispering to another guard.
I am going to demand that the doors be shut immediately. No one in or out. You there, close the doors. No one in or out.
No, you don't tell us when to close and lock our doors and when we don't close and lock our doors.
We are esteemed guests of Lady Vexalia, and this needs to happen for the safety of Tal'Dorei.
Why? Because
And
we're all going to be dead in 6 days?
No!
And
That
at
was
that,
a test!
the
It was a
entire
test!
hall
It was a
begins,
test!
like, murmuring to each other. Dana and Sai, your characters just heard that, too.
I need
no,
everyone to quiet down. I will explain, but no one can come in or out.
Wait, everything was
As you guys are yelling,
Oh my.
and this is all happening, at least 10 people leave.
I told a lie to find out.
No! Sylvia,
How
stop
loose
this! They
people's
cannot leave the
lips were.
castle!
His lips are loose. You got a rat. He's a rat. I gave false information to see.
I'm gonna
how
smack
this
Sylvia
information spread.
backhand across the face. We have to control the situation. We can't say this is a lie.
I polymorph him into a rat.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
This was just supposed to be a meeting. How did this happen?
Oh my.
This is the first thing, by the way, Sai and Dana's characters are seeing about your group.
Oh,
Rolled a nat 20.
fuck me.
Okay, so Sylvia, you begin moving your hands and saying your spell, but Kalashaw resists it. You see, like, just for a brief moment, like, little rat ears appear and then disappear.
Listen to me. Panic is going to set in if these people are allowed to leave. We can control it if it's just this room. We need to get those 10 back in here. I will explain everything to every person in here.
The guards, roll persuasion. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. 27.
The two guards look to each other. Okay, but you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. And they take off after the 10 that just ran. You're not sure if they are able to catch them all or not at this point. Garen, Siegfried, from a ways away, further into the castle, you hear a couple of screams and shocked sounds. You hear Sylvia and Kalashaw arguing, like, very loudly, and it just echoes through the empty halls.
Yeah.
Let's
sounds
be
like
honest
we're
with let's be honest with each other. Was it going to go any other way?
I mean, I always hope, but I know, no. Yeah, we better get down there.
Yes, we should get down there.
God, why didn't we follow?
So, you guys, it takes you a little bit, but you guys eventually get there, and you see that there's only one remaining guard in the room, and you see everyone chittering nervously amongst themselves as the guard's, like, holding his arms out, like, nobody's to leave, we have to talk this out. I'm sure that there is something that can be done. Let's not panic ourselves. Let's not panic ourselves.
Everything's fine. Calm down.
And so Garen and Siegfried enter the room. Oh, great. Well, here's the remaining 7 that didn't just run away in fear. So,
Excellent. Whoever those others that left, that's good. It's good to know now that they're weak.
Actually, a very fair statement, yes. And as you scan the room, you see a dwarven male. He seems battle-hardy. He wears plate mail armor that seems chipped and nicked in various places. You see a war pick that he carries and a shield the size of himself. You see a halfling female, and she's wearing very elegant robes. But the robes seem to almost be padded in certain areas for added protection, and she carries a staff that's about twice as tall as she is. You also see a fighter, a female fighter, and she's pretty bulky. She looks very muscular and very physical, and she carries a long sword on her back with ashen gray hair and dark eyes. Sai, what else do they see?
As of right now, they just see a hooded like I'm obviously a dragonborn because my snout's coming out, but I have a black hood over my head, and 2 points are coming up out of my black hood.
Okay. Dana, what else do they see?
They just see the very confused face of this fairly pale half-elfin woman. She's got very long, curly red hair, very bright gray eyes. She's wearing like strings of pearls around her neck, a choker necklace, and she's wearing a very, very lovely, like off-the-shoulder red and white dress with a corset and boots. And she's holding a lyre in her hands. And she's just looking very confused at everybody. So that's what's happening with her.
Okay.
Hey Brian, has it been 7 days since my last divine intervention?
No, it has been about 5 days.
Damn.
So you're about 2 days out.
Oh well.
Sorry. You also see a tiefling male, and he's in very gaudy garments, and he looks like a pan flute attached to his hip, and a sword attached to his other. And then you see an elven male, and he carries two scimitars at his hips, and he wears green leather armor. And that is everybody that's in the room aside from the guard.
I will. I'm gonna stand up. Is there a table in this room?
There is no table in the room, but there are chairs.
I will stand up on a chair. Okay, I need everybody's attention. I will give you the answers to the questions that you no doubt have at this point. My one request before I start is that you wait to react to this information until I'm done talking. I am Captain Kalasha, a member of the Essence of Chaos. We are a group of adventurers who have been traveling the world attempting to stop a great evil. We have worked alongside Lady Vexalia. We have worked with Keyleth. We have tracked down artifacts of the past. I'm going to pull out Whisper.
And at that, you hear like kind of a murmur through the crowd. Well, this very small crowd.
For those of you who don't know what this weapon is, this is Whisper. A vestige used to save Tal'Dorei once, and will be used to save Tal'Dorei again. The situation has become quite dire. We are, in a sense, from the future. The four of us have used magics from a mage in Amon to come back here to stop what happened to Tal'Dorei in our own timeline. And that is the destruction of the world and the genocide of millions of people by the Chaos Dragon known as Angelique. We have lost friends in the process. Some, as soon as yesterday, fell in battle. But we are here to prep Tal'Dorei and to fight for Tal'Dorei, as there is a threat coming. And that threat could be coming as soon as 6 days from now. Or 7. We understand that this is a difficult pill to swallow. It sounds unbelievable. 4 people who claim to be time travelers are back to save the world. But think about where you are right now. You're in the castle of Whitestone. I presume invited by somebody that knows Lady Vexalia. We're currently holding 3 vestiges, and Lady Vexalia asked you here. So, I think with that, our story becomes that much more believable. It's very important that we not create panic widespread. The leadership needs to be direct and controlled so that the people who cannot fight for themselves do not get in the way of those that can. There will be some tough decisions that will be coming in the next couple days, and we will need everyone who possibly can to make wise, smart, rational decisions. And they cannot do that if they're panicked. It's important that the story that you just heard from my lips just now, in this meeting room of Castle Whitestone, is not spread beyond these walls. Because if that happens, panic could set in. I'm already terrified that there are 3 people running out there, spreading God knows what. The truth is not an easy thing to swallow in this moment, and there will be many people who simply cannot swallow that. They will refuse to believe it, and they will panic. But we cannot have everyone panic. We need everyone to come together, because there is the fight of our lives coming towards us, and we only have a handful of days to prepare. If anyone has any questions, now's the time. If not, I'm done speaking up here.
Where do I sign up?
Well, we hadn't really discussed a process for this yet.
I already hate him.
Well, fuck, we did talk about that. What is it that you do? How can you assist us?
It's actually my mission. I came here to find you guys.
Oh,
I was sent by Keyleth herself.
holy shit.
Listen,
Oh, well, that's dramatic.
sent by Keyleth? Like,
Lady Keyleth.
really?
Okay, hold up.
I don't know about this dude.
Sylvia's gonna walk right up to him and like look him right in the eyes and say, well, are you ready to die? Because chances are I won't be able to save you if you die.
So, Sylvia, you come up to about his sternum.
Okay, I'm looking up.
Yeah, you're definitely looking up.
Fuck it, I levitate.
Of course you do.
Oh, wow.
you storm right up to him and then just like begin levitating up to your eye level.
So now that you're closer, you notice that he's got a longbow that's very ornate, and it's made out of like what's the dark wood called again?
Mahogany.
That sure, yeah, it's black wood, and it's very
Ebony.
ornate. Ebony, there you go. And I don't have a quiver, just a bow.
I wouldn't notice the quiver thing.
Okay, then you don't notice the quiver thing. I just have a bow.
Well, are you ready to die?
Good as day as any.
I mean,
take
I'm not
my-
really in the boat for dying, but I can help keep people up if you're looking for help.
What is your deal? Like, you're here in pearls and a dress. You know that we're talking
I
about
don't know
life.
if we can
death,
judging
right?
the way people look right now. I don't think that's important.
I
Saving the world is important.
Baby, she has a point.
What if there's a gust of wind?
I mean,
I mean, the wind
Upward
blows the way it wants.
honestly, I think she's probably pretty useless, but I think that might be a good sign. So, you know what I mean?
You know, people have said that about me before, and it's not entirely true. I am not entirely useless.
I
I
Sure
think
you're
it's kind
not.
of mean to say that anybody's useless.
Says Sylvia.
I am. This is who I am. This is what I do. Okay.
I think you're just really, really mean, and I think you've got a lot of stuff on your shoulders, and I'm gonna cast hideous laughter on Garrett.
All right, well, that's wisdom, correct?
Yep.
All right, make a wisdom saving throw.
Hey, fuck. All right. Shit. That's 12.
17.
So, you look at the situation. There's the four of you. There's 7 people that you've never met before. There's one guard trying to keep the peace, while 2 other guards are out chasing 10 people who ran away. And all of a sudden, this entire situation is hilarious to you. And you double over in laughter and just roll over onto your back, and you are cracking up.
Staring at him, eyes wide and mouth agape.
I think it's much better to laugh about, sir.
I like you.
Thank you.
Oh, you stupid bitch.
That's not very nice, but he's still very happy, see? And I'll let it go.
Okay.
All right, so
You will fit just well.
I definitely hate her. So, yeah, you're with us.
It also wouldn't be the first time someone said that about me.
I like your cheery disposition.
I mean, I try.
I really.
People don't really like sad bards. I mean, there's like a niche for that, but it's not what I do.
I really hate her.
All right, so what was your name again?
Oh, my name is Victoria. Victoria Pentagast.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Kalisha. This is Garen. The floaty, angry one is Sylvia.
I'm not angry.
You're angry at me. You're always angry at me. That never changes.
Well, that's because you just say stupid things.
That's true. Not false. And this is Siegfried. We're the Essence of Chaos. Welcome. You'll be joining us.
Oh, excellent.
And what about the hooded figure? Sylvia, did he pass your test?
I don't know, he's kind of creepy.
I'll take my hood off, and what you see is it's like a dark gray scaled dragonborn, and the edges of each scale are black. And then, like, you know, like the neck spikes from the wyverns from Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
He's got red neck spikes and 2 black horns. And he's garnished in his black Jedi robe and leather trousers and leather bracers.
Wow, you are edgy as fuck. What was your name?
Sindar.
Sindar. Welcome to the team, Sindar.
That was easy.
I think so too.
Yeah. Well, if you live past the first fight, then you'll really be in. But we can't guarantee that. So, does anyone else interested in saving the world with us, or are you guys going to be on your own?
So the dwarven man looks up at you. So what you're telling me is that we have 7 days to die.
No. No.
Yes,
I love fun.
that is what we were saying.
We're not saying.
Oh, nope, nope.
I don't know. Fuck yeah, 6 days. Get it right.
I mean, if we only have a few days to save the world, we should probably start doing it soon.
I have a family to look
Indeed.
after. I can't be gallivanting off to wherever you're going to be gallivanting. You know what I'm trying to say.
Trying to save your family.
How
Yes.
very,
That's
how
where
very
we're
selfish
going.
of you.
That's what we're doing. Actively.
Then I wish you good fortune.
Where is your family, sir?
Craghammer.
Ah, probably one of the first targets.
It does get hit pretty hard. Good luck.
Ooh.
Anyone else?
And you see murmurs throughout the crowd, and you see a bunch of heads just like slowly shaking no.
Are you serious?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Does everyone understand the importance of not causing a panic?
And they all just kind of like look to each other, and the tiefling steps forward. Yes, I get it. A panic would cause mass hysteria and a lot more deaths than are necessary, especially if you pull it off.
Is this tiefling familiar at all?
He is not, no.
Okay.
Ooh, I was thinking that earlier and I got real scared.
Okay. Good. We have a lot of work to get to, and you all have families, I'm sure, that you'd like to hug a lot tighter than you did yesterday.
Too far away.
You know, just because we're not going with you to face the great evil doesn't mean we won't be doing our own good in the rest of the
That's true.
continent.
Not sure. Okay. Bye.
So, I will say this,
Oh, God.
and I might not speak for everyone, but I certainly speak for myself. Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you and yours have made. And thank you for trusting us with this secret so that we might prepare. Because even if we went with you, that doesn't mean we'd win. It might give you better odds, sure, but it doesn't mean that you'd win. But with the seeds out there that you've just planted, if you lose, perhaps we'll have a better chance. So thank you.
Can I roll an insight check on him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, please try to say something nice, and Sylvia's like, bye.
All right. What is my insight? Oh, new skills. Okay. 30.
Yeah, he's being sincere.
He's being really honest, and he's being really kind.
Thank you for your kind words. We wish you the best of luck.
And I wish you the best of luck. I'll tell you what. I'm a bit of a traveling merchant. If you should need some things, make sure to come see me before you leave.
Oh,
Sure, I
good
could-
heavens. We will.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I got plenty of money. That's for sure.
Don't worry about the money.
I got rings.
And you look flashy as hell, I'll give you that. But you're about to go do a great service for the not just this country, but the world, so I think what I've got might just be on the house.
And what's your name, sir?
My name is Sergil.
I don't know how to spell that.
Sirgil.
All right.
You mean Sir Gil?
Was that in character or out of character?
No, that was out.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that, you are all dismissed and free to leave.
And you see them all shuffle out, and Sergil kind of stops behind and looks to you and says, I've temporarily set up my shop by the sun tree. It's more of a tent, but, you know, desperate times these days. Make sure to stop by. And
We
he
will.
turns with a flourish and walks out.
He seemed really nice.
He does. All right, so
He had great horns.
we need to save the world. And I guess now is the time where we discuss how we're exactly going to do that.
Oh, right.
We
So.
do not exactly know where we need to go.
We,
So,
do we know where we need to go?
When we were in the future, did we even ask any questions of how it went down at all to get any sort of foresight into what we should do when we came back? Because we already would have had all the information. No, we
I
didn't.
remember Raina asking where it happened, but I don't. There's a lot of notes to dig through.
We literally went to the future and still have no idea what's going to happen.
Raina tried to ask questions, but it was an awkward situation.
You did, but the person that you had asked actually did not know where it started. Just to save you the time looking through your notes.
Did it start in Amman? Do you guys think?
Oh, we are so fucked. Couple things that we need to do. We need to gear up. Me and Garen do not have a lot of good things right now.
No.
Second,
We said so many good things.
we need to discuss if we want to try and go for the vestige. 3, we need to decide if we're doing the Sylvia out of the armor thing before or after we save the world.
Right.
4, we need to tell all the cities to set up defenses. At 5, we need to find and murder Angelique.
Ooh, quite the to-do list.
What if we armor up, we get ready, and then we bait her out?
We've been gone we've been gone for a year.
Not a bad idea.
Wait, I bet you she doesn't know we're back.
She might not, and she might be very interested to know that we're back. Huh.
Hey,
Or-
Brian.
Yeah.
Or we keep it a
As-
secret and do what we need to do, and then blow the whistle.
Well, yeah. No, this is just something I hadn't considered.
As a traveling lore bard, would I have heard the name Angelique or anything of, like heard any gossip about like increased activity in certain areas?
You would have heard that about a year ago, a multicolored dragon erupted from the elemental rifts. This was big news. It wasn't not well known. But you know that she had disappeared about 3 months after that, and nobody had really heard from her since. I'll say go ahead and roll a history check for more information.
Oh, my poor baby girl.
I'll give you advantage for being a lore bard.
Okay.
I bet you if we find the Chronostone first.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So with a natural 20, some of the lesser known things that you've heard, and it's unconfirmable, but it came from some reputable sources, is that wherever she is, eventually there seems to be a large gathering of unstable elemental rifts, and they periodically begin to explode because they're unstable. So there seems to be a lot of seismic activity whenever she's in one place for an extended period of time.
Are you guys talking about like that dragon that came out of Amman like a year ago? Is that what we're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, she's been gone for like the last 9 months.
Huh.
Yeah,
Preparing.
but because, Bard's life is never done, I travel a lot and I hear something like those rifts that came out of it, like there are more of them sometimes in certain areas, and then they kind of explode, and then they kind of stop happening, and then they kind of explode in a different place, and then they stop happening. I don't know if that's important, but maybe it might be.
Oh my god, really?
When was
How you talk? Oh.
When was the last time that you were in Singorn?
Have I ever been to Singorn?
No, you have not.
I've never been there. They don't
Well.
really like half elves, and I just never went.
Yeah, they're kind of dicks that way, but
We kind of need to figure out if it's still here.
Yeah.
That greatly changes the order of operations.
Would I know if it's still around at least?
You go ahead and roll another history check.
I will not roll with advantage this time.
No, not on this one.
7.
7. Yeah, you're not sure. You know the name Singorn, and you know it's a city of elves, and you know that they do periodically take a leave of absence from Tal'Dorei, but you have no idea whether or not they are currently there or not.
Nope. But maybe the lady knows. She's from there, right? I don't know.
I mean, it's a journey to Singorn from here, though.
Yeah, but there are still people alive that know teleport.
Oh gosh, they have the teleportation circles. Oh god, that's right. We have teleportation circles again. Oh.
I bet you the elves will know more about the Chronostone.
Yeah, but will they
Didn't you
talk
say
to
a guy
us?
in Amon did that though?
That was the
Yeah.
time travel stone.
Oh.
She had a stone in her chest that she was using.
That sounds really uncomfortable.
So you guys are really from the future, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we only got there because of the Feywild.
So that means you are still in the future?
It's a whole loop thing, and it loops it around and like bunny ears, and then through the tunnel, and then it knots. That's how time works.
We really don't know. for
Yeah, we have
sure.
a lot
Victoria
of
just has a really confused look on her face.
we have a lot of very vague ideas on how it works.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible that we might come across ourselves. I'm not ruling it out, despite what
sure.
other people are saying. But
Just to let you guys know, if reputable sources didn't tell me about you guys, this sounds batshit crazy.
Oh
He's
yeah,
right.
we get that.
oh
We
yeah,
get that.
yeah. Why do you think
Right.
we accepted the only 2 volunteers?
If this wasn't my order, I would have not followed you guys at all.
I mean, I still would.
Oh. Oh no, you're ordered. Awesome.
We should go talk to Lady Vexalia, see if she knows anything about Singorn, and then from there we can discuss
Yeah.
what's next.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Okay. So, you guys tell the guard that you need to speak with the lady, and he goes to let her know that you guys are ready to speak with her. About 5 minutes go by. She seems to have been waiting, and she enters the room. Well, looks like you've found a couple of people, at least. That's good. I was hoping maybe a couple more would join, but
Yeah, we were too, but yeah, it's okay.
Many people were worried about the safety of their families and their homes.
You know,
Yes,
our
they very
safety
well should.
so-
They should be.
understandable.
Hold no ill feelings to anyone who decided not to join us.
You hold no real feelings.
Shut the fuck up.
Everyone's feelings are valid. It's okay. It's okay.
Anyway, do you know where we're from? Singorn has gone into hiding.
Right?
Do you know if they are still around presently?
I do believe they are, yes. They really only seem to go into hiding when something terrible is about to happen or does happen, which means I suppose they really don't know the impending danger as well as they'd like to think they know everything.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, team, but we have intentions to go to Singorn as quickly as possible. There are 2 objectives for us there that we would like to accomplish before
Yes, there are
Angelique.
2 objectives there. And if this could definitely help a lot.
And what would those objectives be?
There is another vestige there, a wand, that would complete the available vestiges to us. I believe it's, 4 of the 5? Am I doing the math right there?
Right. Yeah. Though, aren't we going there so that we can possibly get rid of one of them now?
Possibly, but that, or remove the evil from that vestige. I don't know exactly what's going to happen.
I don't know how that works.
We need to do it for Sylvia. Regardless, we have 3 now. That would make 4. There are 5 total. One of which we can't get because it's
It's in the future. Or in the Feywild. However you want to say it.
it's possibly it's in both places.
Mhm.
And honestly, both of those places are places we can't get to.
Yep.
So what is it you'd ask of me, exactly? What is it?
Can you teleport us to Singorn?
Teleport you to Singorn? No. And it's not for lack of wanting to, it's more for lack of ability.
Right.
We need to get as close to Singorn as possible, as quickly as possible.
The closest main city to Singorn from here, at least that has a teleportation stone, would be Iman. But it's still going to be about 4 or 5 days travel.
What about my...
Oh, jeez.
I wonder if I can... contact my master. He's not that far from Singorn.
Yes, do it. Send a message immediately.
I don't have that magic.
You don't have sending? Really?
I don't know. I don't think I do.
We used it.
The mage used it.
Damn it.
Yeah. I don't have sending.
God, I would have.
Don't know that spell either.
Where is your master located?
He's
Sending, but I need to. I have not prepared that one.
he's just outside the Emerald Outpost. This is where his
Get you
tower
a
is.
lot closer, perhaps 2 days out?
Yeah.
That doesn't leave us a lot of time.
No.
It's
Right.
something that is very important, and I believe that we need to do. But there are a lot of risks in us doing that. It limits any time we have to help anyone else prepare. It limits our ability to warn other cities. It puts us. It puts us in a rough spot.
What about the stone that Angelique put in her chest?
A stone?
The Chronos Stone.
What is
how
a
we were able. It is how we were able to travel back. Angelique had a stone under her skin.
Stone, a Chronos stone.
Probably helped her ascend.
That could be. That could be something. The Chronos stone, it's been but a myth, but a rumor. It's a stone touched by the gods that allows free roaming through the plains and beyond. It, if used in a less altruistic way, can unlock unlimited power.
Yeah.
Well, then she found it.
No, not yet. She hasn't found it yet. If she found it, then the world would be ash. That's the catalyst. That's the linchpin. So she hasn't found it yet.
We saw what happens when she does.
Right. So, if that's the catalyst, if that's the linchpin, then if you can't find her, you need to find it. And if you find it, you probably find her. There's to unlock its power, you can't just mutter a few words, wave a hand, and unlock the unlimited power of the Chronos Stone. You have to spend time with it, days with it. How long did you say we have?
Maybe a week.
Hell, maybe a week. Maybe. And she calls for one of her guards to bring her a map. And about 10 minutes passes, and he lays a map out on the floor, and she kneels over it, and she begins studying all the areas in Tal'Dorei. She starts kind of looking through the Rift and Mist jungle area, the Storm Point Mountains, up through the Ivy Heart Thicket, the Taurian Forest, but keeps going north to one place in particular that seems to stump her. There's a place. It's called the Neverfields, but no one's been there for centuries. It's a wasteland. It's an icy wasteland. Now, there are stories passed down through even generations of elves that the reason why it is covered in ice is that that was the area where the gods finally battled it out, and that the clash between them created an artifact so powerful that the area around it had to be so inhospitable that no mortal could ever near approach it.
Yeah.
As such, there have been attempts to go through there, but no expeditions ever came back. So we don't know if there's anything really there, but if I was going to be searching for an all-powerful artifact that could destroy the entire world, that's probably where I'd start.
Guess that kind of rules out Singorn then, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Luckily, if you want to call it luckily, the Neverfields aren't too far from here. If you can charter a boat, which we can, you could cross, rather than crossing by land, you can cross by sea through the bay, and actually land in a bay in Neverfields, which is about as far as anybody's mapped out. We do know it goes further north, but we don't know how far north. I'd say the travel to the Neverfields would take you about 2 days, which would give you, 4 or 5 days to find where the stone might be located. You'd be cutting it close, but it's something.
Yeah.
We should definitely set out as soon as possible. We should stop by that guy's tent, though.
Are there any provisions that you have excess of that you could supply us with?
We have stores of food, we have stores of water, we have a few health potions, but we're going to have to keep some here for the guards in case, the worst were to happen.
Yeah, it's fair.
But we can part with
Sylvia
some.
makes a face at that, like,
But we can definitely part with some.
Standing right here.
Also standing right here.
What else would you require? What else can we provide?
Cold where we're going?
Coldware, I've just the thing. From my time in the Slayer's Take, sometimes we'd go to the, colder regions, and we had a various array of warm clothing created that were magically enhanced to protect against incredible temperatures. Whether or not they'll completely protect you where you're going, I don't know, but at the very least, you won't freeze to death the second you step off the boat.
I would
Sounds
like
very-
that.
That's very nice.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Okay, we will get a trunk of supplies ready for you, and you can outfit yourselves when you return to the castle. You mentioned that there was somebody you needed to see before you leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's over by the sun tree.
You have some time. Why don't you go do what you need to do? I'll make sure the boat's chartered and ready to set sail as soon as you are. And have the trunk outfitted with everything that you might need. And we'll reconvene here, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, that would
Thank
be
you.
wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
One request.
Yes, of course.
We need a fast boat, not necessarily a big boat. A boat that's big enough to carry us all and get us across the seas that we're traveling.
Don't worry.
Speed is the utmost importance.
I've got us covered.
What does that mean?
Don't worry.
Sylvan
Okay.
like looks at the dragonboard guy and kind of like scoots away.
Okay. Full disclosure, I used to be a sea captain
Okay,
of a
okay,
large
sorry,
water
sorry.
vessel, so I need specifics of what that means. Do
I'm
we
a
need a boat? Do we not need a boat? Like,
You need a large lasso.
what the fuck does that mean?
I'm a druid. I'm sorry. I can turn into a whale and pull us there.
Okay, so we still need the boat.
God,
Yeah,
that
we need
sounds
the boat.
amazing.
Okay.
We need
But
a
he's saying
lasso.
he can make it faster, is what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
probably a sturdy boat instead of a fast boat.
Oh my
So we
god,
need
then I could turn another person into a whale.
I could turn into a whale. I could turn everyone into whales. That'd be funny.
Oh my gosh.
No, just kidding.
Can we just swim there in a pod of whales?
I know we can. I can only cast on like.
I need to check something real quick.
The intelligence of whales.
The
I can
intelligence
only
of whales.
I can only cast-
Whales are smart.
Please tell me the whale is smarter than Tori.
So you can do that.
Technically talk to you in whale form too, and you'd understand. So
Do we have enough polymorph for everyone?
No, we don't. You can
Wait,
only concentrate
I
on
have a
one spell at a
polymorph.
time.
You have a polymorph? Can you
I
turn
have
into a
one.
whale?
I used it up already today though.
I can cast it up to 2 people.
That's 4. Well, how can you concentrate on? more than
Why
one?
are we not just going via boat?
We're going by a boat. This is
Wait,
superfluous.
If
but
I
it's
polymorph
hilarious
myself into a
conversation.
whale, this guy turns into a whale. The bard and
Her name's
Simply-
Tori.
can ride on the whales.
No.
You're just saying no because it wasn't your idea.
No,
Like-
it's just whales do this, so this is the surface of the water. And they're down here.
Yeah, but that's natural whales. We're not natural whales.
I think even polymorph whales need to be underwater.
You could be underwater, but also put your blowhole in the air.
Oh my god.
I'm getting very confused.
Yeah.
I think- okay.
Essence of chaos.
So we need a fast,
Easy.
sturdy boat that possibly could be towed by multiple whales.
Then we can do whale sleep.
We are not in need of a captain, and if there is a captain that will not part with the ship, it is these 6 people are acceptable. And I'm gonna write down a list of 6 ship captains and hand it to her.
Okay. She looks it over and pockets it. About the boat, we don't really build them to spec necessarily as like this boat could be towed by this many whales and this boat could be towed by this many whales. So if you just would prefer to tell me what size boat you'd like, that I could provide.
Sturdy and fast.
Sturdy and fast. I will look into it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the entertainment.
Right?
It's a free trip.
Sindar, so you only can turn into a whale?
no, I can turn into a lot of things.
Like what?
A lot of things.
Like a squirrel? Can you turn into a squirrel?
It's really situational.
That would be so cute.
What about a rabbit?
That just seems like a waste.
Do
Okay,
you really
what-
want to be a squirrel or a rabbit? I can do that.
Oh, what's the
What-
what do we call that? The
what about a raccoon?
Yeah.
I like raccoons a lot.
Great.
Is it because they eat trash?
Will you turn into a raccoon? Kalish, I'm not talking to you. Will you turn into a raccoon right now to prove it?
That's a misuse of their magical talents.
Pretty please, can I see you turn into a raccoon? And she's gonna turn on the puppet dog eyes and be like, please, mister.
Tori also does it.
okay. What about a little Armosaurus?
What is that?
I don't know what that
It's
is.
not a
but that's
raccoon, so I'm not interested.
You don't wanna. You don't know. You've never. Oh, okay, never mind.
Sindar, roll
please
a
show.
Constitution saving throw.
On the puppy eyes?
Yeah, and it's at disadvantage because Victoria and Sylvia are both doing it. And either Victoria or Sylvia roll persuasion. with advantage.
I have a +9.
I have a +9 as well.
A con save or just straight con?
Con save.
Uh,
Either
go
of you,
ahead and
you guys
roll.
can both roll if you want.
Character, new
You can
roll.
both roll once if you want.
Okay.
That's fine too.
At advantage, right?
No, it's
20
That's okay because I rolled 2 natural ones because that fucking happens. Fuck that dice.
23.
This dice is actually
Okay.
out of my fucking thing forever.
23. Sindar, what'd you get for Constitution saving throw?
8.
8. You kind of want to turn into a raccoon a little
I turn
bit.
into a giant raccoon, a huge one.
Okay,
Oh my god, it's so cute.
this giant pot-bellied raccoon with like the coolest little ninja mask appears before you.
Sylvia faints.
This is happening, really.
I think we selected the
you.
right ones.
Yep, they'll fit right in. Okay, let's go see the tiefling.
Yes, I would like to see
my God.
Sergil.
How
Sir-
big is the raccoon?
It's big. It's like the size of a medium to large dog.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my God,
Sylvia,
I
you
ride
should
him.
try to ride him. Yes.
I hop on his back.
Sindar,
No.
do you resist?
No, I un-raccoon before that even happened.
Okay, so Sylvia goes to jump on your back. You see it coming, and you wild shape back, and she's just right into your back.
Oh no, you have spikes.
Oh.
Oh, scales.
You're actually that was so ugh.
You gotta ask first. You just no.
I mean
How am I
that's
supposed to
fair.
ask if I don't speak raccoon?
Exactly.
You don't speak raccoon?
He,
Really sad.
he's a. Oh, never mind.
Well, I can cast tongues, so I guess yes, I can speak raccoon.
There you go.
I don't
That's
think
easy
it
to do.
works like that, but
And Sylvia goes,
yeah,
see,
no.
that's raccoon. That's exactly raccoon. How would you know?
We're
not
wasting
gonna
time.
fix
Are we
raccoon.
in transit to the white or the?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yes.
guys are starting
Okay,
to
thank
work your
God.
way out.
But yeah,
I
what
mean,
makes
if
you
you're
such an
following
expert on
them-
raccoons? Just because you could turn into one doesn't make you an expert.
It kind of does.
How many raccoons do you talk to on the regular?
I mean, I feel like there's a spell called Speak with Animals that allows you to do that. But maybe.
Never heard of it.
You are the raccoon master. I totally.
Oh
So
my god,
he-
is that your title? Is that why you asked him to turn into a raccoon?
Sylvia Estrella.
Yes.
Raccoon
Sylvia.
Master.
Yes.
Great.
We all have official titles.
That is just absolutely brilliant.
All right, and
I am the trash queen. Trash panda queen.
and as you guys make your way to the sun tree, bickering as you do, that is where we're going to go ahead and call it a session. As you head over to the tiefling's tent to observe his wares.
Ooh,
I
shopping.
honestly thought we would be on the fucking boat.
How could I be so foolish?
Ha-ha!
I
You
mean,
clearly
I thought
weren't.
we'd at least get to do our shopping or whatever.
Have you ever done a shopping mission before? You know that shit takes over an hour, easily.
But we didn't have to
Oh, yeah.
shop. He was going to just give us stuff, right?
It
So-
could take fucking 4 minutes.
It could.
Right?
But you guys just
Sometimes.
literally spent 10 minutes talking about raccoons.
Right.
So,
Right?
I didn't say
Yeah.
so before it gets too late, we'll do our quick 10-15 minute Q&A and be done right around on time. So, now's the time, part of the show. For those of you who tune in all the time, you already know this is where you get your questions in. If you're new to the show, feel free to ask us anything. And as long as it's not a horrible, mean question, we'll be happy to answer. Gabe's first question, Brian, did you see the meeting going that way? I never see anything going any particular way with this group. Which is why, if you look at my DM notes, they're completely blank. Because it's pointless to even try to guess what these people are going to do. I mean, I certainly didn't see the 10-minute long conversation about raccoons, so...
Oh, yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I
you're just
loved.
Not just paying attention then.
You know, that's fair. That's super fair. Gabe asks, what did Tori and Sindar think of this group so far?
Trade wreck.
I think they're so much fun.
This character is so much more positive than Reina. Oh my
My
god.
character is neutral good. We'll see how this goes.
That's okay, I'll fix that for you.
Here
I
come
mean-
the deck of many things.
Oh god, she would probably pull like 6 of them.
She'd be like, how many should I pull? And you just tell her a number.
Oh, that's cruel.
All of them.
Oh no. Sindar doesn't know what to think. He's kind of confused. Like, he thought he was like the star pupil in like the druid circle, and then like they sent him here, and he's like, these clearly aren't the people Keelan's talking about.
I wanted to address the Keelan thing, by the way, but oh well, fuck it.
We'll have time next time.
Yeah.
We have time.
Save it for the road to the tiefling. The Lord Huey asks, what inspired Tori and Sindar?
You go first.
I was so tired of playing assholes. And I really wanted to play a bard, so I just meshed the two together, and now I'm a cinnamon roll bard, and I love her.
I love that description, by the way.
She is a cinnamon roll. Too pure for this world.
Oh, don't worry, I'll help you with that later.
I know.
Definitely gonna change that.
Yeah, Sylvia's barely holding on to any light that she had left in her soul.
I don't know. She seemed pretty amped about raccoons.
The funny thing is,
They
is
also
that
That
look
was
like
a little left.
Garrent's a lot more lighthearted than he ever was, so, things,
his family also wasn't murdered and hung by their own intestines and then brought back to life to mock her.
they were his family.
Yeah,
They were
that's
his
what's up.
family. And he had to fight his dead father.
Truly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, fair.
And Kalashaw's lost at least 2 lovers so far.
Same, but different, right?
He's about to lose another, because I'm definitely gonna
Oh
die.
no, Tori's not gonna let that happen.
That's the curse, right? Curse of the kiss. Right?
That is the curse. Sai, what inspired Sindar?
I've never been a dragon before, or dragonborn before, or a druid before, so I was like, screw it, let's do this thing. It's really all that came to mind. A few of his traits that you'll see later, I got inspiration from other things, but yeah, it was kind of just a firsts.
Yeah, there's some cool shit to this character. I'm excited about it. Gabe asks, how happy were Kalashaw and Siegfried to see dead party members?
Gosh.
A loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, Siegfried, he was it's 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 tough. Like, he was happy, but he knew it was temporary. So he was happy to see Mitz, but he was also sad to, knowing that this would probably be it.
Kalasha was kind of in the same boat. Not really sure if it was real or not, but happy for the opportunity to have a conversation one last time.
All right. Gabe asks, what does Sylvia think being the last original party member from Session 1?
Whoa.
Yeah, did anyone think that out of those 4, it would be Sylvia who lived the longest?
Yes.
It always works that way.
Ain't that way.
Sylvia does not have this luck, but I have incredibly good luck.
That I'm not surprised, but yeah,
And
it's
you
just,
got the entire party to agree to keep you alive.
Yep.
Yeah, unless you're rolling the freaking dice, jeez.
Yeah. That's why I said Sylvia, not lucky.
I'm gonna start keeping a tally between you and Derek.
Yeah.
Riley lucky, Sylvia knocks on a door and explodes.
Yeah, pretty much. But doesn't die.
No, does
But
not
hits
die.
every single trap in a dungeon.
Whether or not she's the one who trips it.
Yeah, that was so awful. But
Uh,
I guess it is kind of sad. I think that's probably why Sylvia's crazy now.
there's a lot to unpack when it comes to Sylvia's state of mind.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could unpack all of that.
Like, we could do a 3-hour show just on unpacking Sylvia's bullshit. And
Yeah, psychological damage and
Yeah.
baggage. Yeah.
Gabe asked, does Sindar have a tail or no?
Yes, he does. He wants wings.
There's a feat for that.
Dragonborn wings?
Yeah.
What?
hmm
Gonna take it next level.
Saya
a racial
immediately jumps on D&D Beyond.
There's the hair on my eye. There we go.
All right. Do we have any more questions? Anything at all?
Can I just say I feel real good about Tori because our first roll was a 30.
Who's gonna get art first, Siegfried or Sindar?
They'll get them at the same time. Earlier today I was saying I needed to wait till I got paid, and then I got a check in the mail for $280 for no good reason. So
There you go.
I'm gonna use that to buy art because
Hey, whoever's sending Brian $280, you got my address wrong.
So I will use some of that money to buy art for my friends because I love them. Let's see. Gabe asks, who do you all think will get which Vox Machina old clothes?
I abstain from this question because I don't know any of them.
It's not necessarily, in case it was unclear because it probably was, it's not necessarily like Vox Machina old clothes. It's more that she made sure that they had enchanted warm clothing in the Slayer's take and kind of just kept various pieces of the wardrobe at her estate at Castle Whitestone.
Kalasha would wear Scanlan's clothes, even though they're too small. Just 'cause
That's why you would wear them.
he just really likes the cube.
You just gotta really scrub out those shit stains.
Gross.
That's pretty fucking canon too.
Yep.
I mean, I have
Prestidigitation.
Man, I made such a good prestidigitation joke last night, and I forget what it was. It was like something where it would be cruel to like have somebody's name be prestidigitation, or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, but Carrie could probably tell
It
you.
would be, though.
It would be. It would be.
Truly.
I mean, you know.
Yo, I can turn into a giant weasel.
Yes! I love druids.
Yeah, but you can't turn into a little Armosaurus.
Well, you're gonna
Womp
fix
womp.
that for me here pretty soon, so.
Because
Oh, that's what I need to look up real quick.
it's pretty
If
awesome.
the polymorph counts as for druids,
Wild shape is different than polymorph.
Oh my god, once you turn
No, but
somebody into a T-Rex,
but
I
if we
can turn them into-
polymorph somebody into a T-Rex, then the druid should be able to wild shape into a
Oh,
T-Rex.
yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
That's not the problem.
Do it.
Oh.
The intelligence of a
Oh, but it's-
Armosaurus.
Shit.
A little Armosaurus intelligence?
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it.
Not good. Not good.
I learned something about polymorph today that I didn't know before.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll cross that bridge when you polymorph somebody.
Awesome.
I think I might switch out that spell.
Trust me, Maddie, it's much better as a surprise.
We now have 3 people who
It's-
have polymorph. What can go
Sorry,
wrong?
what was that?
It's much better as a surprise, trust me.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. And I also have, I mean, other than like the giant ape in the last episode, I've never cast that spell right. I've always like done something basically useless or terrible, with it. So
But fun and amusing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have it, but it's mainly because I can turn myself into a giant ape and give myself like 150 something hit points for, That's
This
better
is
than
true.
false life, I guess.
I like false
Yeah.
life. You take that back.
I love
It is a
false
good
life
spell.
too, but it's just.
It's false, I know.
So can I polymorph into things into anything?
You have to
Anything
have
that you
seen it.
reasonably would have seen.
And it has to be a beast.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be a beast?
So no dragons.
It doesn't say anything about
Does
it says the spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily has to be a beast with polymorph.
I
Nope.
was thinking of that's
Oh
right.
yeah, wild shape is beast.
Oh, the wild shape is the beast. I was
So I could polymorph into the scaled tyrant.
Yeah, so the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating. Yeah, so it is a beast.
That's what I thought.
Whose challenge
What's the
rating is
challenge
equal
rating?
to or
Yes,
less
beast
than.
is your challenge rating, so
Your
that's
challenge, your level or lower.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it can be like a really high challenge rating.
So if I'm level 12, that's a challenge rating 12, right?
Yes, but it does have to be a beast.
But it's a beast, and there aren't any beasts that are.
I need to start adding them to my thing.
There's not a lot that are really super high. So
That ape though.
that ape is nice,
And once you do that, and then I can do that to someone else, and it'll be great. Just monkeys everywhere.
It's a lot of hit points. It's more. They have more hit points than the little Armosaurus. So,
Really?
yeah.
The
that's my turn.
little Armosaurus is great, but oh man,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
can't-
King Kong wins. So
I can't wait for the next time somebody uses polymorph. That's all I'll say. I've been stricken with inspiration. One might call it bardic inspiration. I don't know.
Oh God. So now I'm never casting that spell again.
Hey, I can.
Or I'm gonna cast it like at the wrong time, like right in the middle of the battle with Angelique.
I will say I wouldn't necessarily argue for or against that. It really depends on what you do.
Let's just keep trying to polymorph.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't have the wand of wonder anymore. Like, I can't embrace the ridiculous any other way, I guess.
We'll just replace your wand with another one. It'll be okay.
Polymorphing into something crazy. at the
I'll give
wrong
you a
time.
bag of beans. It'll be fine.
Yes. Yes.
That's not embracing the ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Or a bag of tricks.
I don't know what it is.
Or just the bag is like I forget what it's called, but it's the bag of fur balls where you like pull out a fur ball and throw it on the ground. It turns into a creature.
Ew.
Huh?
That sounds terrible.
You roll a d8 and it's a random creature on a chart, so you just pull in, you roll a d8, and whatever you like roll, it turns into that animal. So it could be like a fox or a direwolf or a rat.
Why would
There
you?
are 3 different kinds, so there are 3 different lists.
Why would you just want some random beast?
Because it's fun.
Because sometimes you need to conserve spell slots and throw an animal at somebody.
I mean, I guess that's sort of embracing the ridiculous because it does sound ridiculous.
And you
So,
can do it 8 times. You can just keep throwing animals at people.
It's not as fun as a giant rhino coming out of your wands jungle. Like
That was your expecto patronus.
that's awesome.
You're a hippo on the inside, or a rhino on the inside.
Or just like pointing it at the dragon and thinking I did something really awesome and nothing happened.
At least you never turned into a plant.
True.
You did manage to avoid that.
And
I've seen
cast
that happen.
fireball like 6 times.
I know.
in a
And-
row.
And you never cast it on yourself, which is awesome. I've done that with wild magic before.
Yeah.
Oh god, why don't we have a wild magic sorcerer in this group?
No.
I love
answer.
wild magic. I love wild magic sorcerers.
I could multi-class.
I don't
I almost did it. I've been saving a wild magic sorcerer in my back pocket
think I
forever.
finally made myself make a sorcerer as a backup because I seriously hate every single sorcerer origin. It's like
I love shadow sorcerer. So
but I
pretty.
did make it was I think a dwarf. It was one of the giant ones, giant soul. Yeah.
I will say, I would love to see Sai's wild magic sorceress go up against Angelique. that would be not only like traipsing through the cold, but then like just like the shit she would say to Angelique. She'd get you all killed, but it would be a hilarious way to die.
Oh yeah, no, it would be terrible. This campaign is too serious for Edna.
Oh no, actually, I forgot. I actually made a backup for this campaign. It's a dwarf rune child sorcerer.
I don't know what that means, but I love it.
I had to find the rune child in D&D Beyond to do it, but I found it, made it.
It's a Tal'Dorei.
Yeah, and
That's what Gilmore is, and
I think I was like, oh, I can stomach this. I don't know. I don't like sorcerers as much.
Alrighty. Well, with that is all the time we have for questions, so we are going to go ahead and say our quick goodbyes. Let's start it off with Sai.
Hello, I'm Sai. You find me here every Wednesday. I am now playing Sindar, the Dragonborn Druid.
Alrighty. We'll cut it to Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm here every Wednesday. I play Sylvia. She's blue.
Let's go to Dana.
Hi guys, I'm Dana. You can find me here every Wednesday, and you can find me mostly on Twitter at DanaLeeB. And on Saturday, June 22nd, from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. PST, I am playing in a one-shot for Roll for Change, because we are raising money for Women in Gaming and for Girls Inc. So come and watch.
Right on. Robert.
Yo, what up? I'm Robert. You can find me on the internet at DSC_Smurf on the Twitters and whatnot. I stream on Monday and Tuesday with Dumbstat Charisma. They're my boys. We have a lot of fun. We play games. Then I'm here on Wednesdays, and then on Fridays I'm over on Welcome Party RPG. This Friday we're doing a one-shot because we're missing some players. So we're going to be playing the NPC staff of the tavern we own, as they are operating it while the main party is off doing main quest adventure stuff. So if you're interested in donuts and domestics, tune in.
That sounds amazing. Let's go, Derek.
Hey, I'm Derek, aka Delta J Ford. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at Delta J Ford. I also have my, on top of streaming on this channel every Wednesday, playing D&D, the Human Grave Cleric Siegfried, I also stream on my own Twitch channel very regularly, and I've been playing the hell out of the new Total War game. And I also play 7 Days to Die with some other people on this stream.
Yeah.
Whoop.
All right, Maddie.
Hey folks, I'm Maddie. I play D&D here on Wednesdays and Fridays, and do a talk show on my channel on Saturdays. We're doing a one shot this Saturday of Betamax X, which is a fantasy sci-fi game created by at Halfling Caravan, and he's going to be running it for us, and that should be a lot of fun. And then I'm taking a weekend off and then coming back and doing shows, probably doing some one-shots the rest of the month, and hopefully raising some money for some LGBTQIA plus charities, and with players from across that spectrum and stuff. So if you're interested, hit me up and I will get you in a game. We're going to do at least one Dragonlance game, at least one Retroverse. The third one could be one of those two, or maybe another one of those So Random games that was really random as fucking fun. So yeah.
Alrighty. And with that, I was getting to that. As a reminder, Soul Bear is proud to be sponsored by SoNerdwear.com. It is what the nerds wear. It's what we wear, and we are some of the coolest nerds around. Take it from me, I never lie. I don't actually. That's a fact about me. I don't like lying. You know what else isn't a lie? The discount code SoulBear. Use that at SoNerdwear.com. Get yourself 10% off your order. It's the best thing you'll do all day, as the Men's Warehouse man would say. Oh, actually, he won't say it anymore because they fired him, but I guarantee
Sure
it.
did.
You'll like the way you look, I guarantee it.
Yep.
Anyway.
He got fired?
Yeah, he
Oh,
got
yeah.
fired from the company he started. It's amazing.
Yep.
How do you get fired from the company you started?
Ask Papa John.
Usually something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that, I've been your Dungeon Master, Brian Penaloza. You can find me on Twitter at CaptainSugarBear. That's at CPTSugarBear. Aside from DMing Tal'Dorei with these wonderful people every Wednesday, you can find me DMing Comedy of Strahd every other Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Daylight Time, depending on what time of year it is. You can also, and actually that's going to be next week, so make sure to tune in. Other quick shit that I work on is I play Sergeant O'Bannon on Copperheart Podcast. That's at Copperheart Pod on Twitter. If you have not checked out that show, it is like, and I'm not saying this because I'm biased, it legitimately is really good. Like, the production quality is amazing. More recently, if you go to my Twitter and scroll through some of my tweets, you can find a link to check out my episode of Fireside Chats with the one, the only, Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty. It was a really, really cool thing to be able to do. I know some people came in to watch today who listened to that episode, and that is the fucking coolest thing ever. So thank you for that. Hope you enjoyed the show. For the rest of you, it's always a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure to play D&D and hang out with you guys. But we are going to call it a night. Thank you so much. Good night.